The EPA has approved a policy change that will allow Argentinian biodiesel to qualify under the renewable fuel standard. The National Biodiesel Board says this move will compromise the policy's goal of providing clean, homegrown fuel. Now, the change approves a request from the Argentine biodiesel industry that will allow the country to use an alternate tracking method for feedstocks used to produce biofuel. In the past, foreign producers have been required to map and track batches of feedstocks used to produce biofuel. The change allows a survey plan instead. As a result, foreign producers will pay an independent third party to survey their feedstock supplies. It's legal to apply for a license to produce industrialized hemp in the state, but federal regulations about its closely related cousin marijuana have made some producers uneasy about growing it. The last farm bill allowed state agriculture commissioners to import the seed. Now, a legislative bill would bring state law up to date with new federal standards. The bill's sponsor says that could spark people to finally start production in the state.
It is being used in car panels, tractor cabs. There's all kinds of uses for it, and a lot of those could be kind of value-added type crops right here in North Dakota.
Now, the bill would also allow the ag commissioners to decide if the hemp must be destroyed if its THC levels are too high or if it could be used in products that aren't consumed. Sunflowers and canola are a couple of crops that are looking more profitable to farmers for the 2015 growing season. But with sunflowers, there is one word of caution, and that word is blackbirds.
You know, blackbirds have driven the sunflower industry out of a lot of areas. But you know, those blackbirds are still eating, and they're eating corn. You know, you walk into your field and you can see the tips where they're all shredded back like you take a razor blade on the ear. That's blackbirds that are doing that. So they're still eating crop. They just don't see them as much as like sunflowers. And northeastern North Dakota is pretty strong in sunflowers this year. And tremendous yields last year in that 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. Right now we're contracting bird food contracts at 20 cents. So you pencil that in at a 2,500 to 3,000 pound yield, if you can grow them, but you can't have birds.
In the late 70s and early 80s, there was up to 8 million acres of sunflowers grown annually in North Dakota. Last year, USDA estimated it was about 1.71 million acres. Another crop farmers are considering as an alternative to either corn or soybeans this year is barley. Although most of the contracts for growing barley have now been filled, it's the malting industry that has created a system where farmers can make money growing barley.
The industry has really stepped up these last few years, and they decided to pay a reasonable price for the producers to grow barley. And the producers are responding. They're growing more barley. We're never going to go back to where we were, you know, in the 80s where we had, 3 million acres in North Dakota or anything like that. But we feel like we're going to probably find a plateau at maybe 800,000 or somewhere around that figure, give or take 100,000. And that's kind of what the industry needs in North Dakota to keep the malt plants operating and keep the various infrastructure full. So we think that's probably kind of the number we're going to get used to. And it looks like we're going to be able to get a respectable price most years for that, provided you make malt. You know, back in those days, obviously, they had so much to select from. So they could be more harsh in how they were going to pick their barley. And of course, what happened is they got into a situation where they didn't have enough barley. So at that point, then we tried to have the dialogue with them that, we need to do something on both sides of this to make sure we have a respectable supply of barley coming in. And at that point, we got to visit with industry, and they understood that we need to pay more to get it. That's as simple as that. And of course, the other thing the farmers are doing since the 80s is they're doing a lot more management on barley. They're using the fungicides. They're spending more time in them fields, taking better care of that crop, and consequently, we're having a higher acceptance rate, which this past year in North Dakota was about 85%, which is long-term has been about 60%, so we've improved that quite a bit.
Lance, a Rolla, North Dakota farmer, has been serving as president of the National Barley Growers Association since June of 2013. Coming up right after the break, a full look at your weather forecast.